Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Today we'll be talking about impact orientation taking place this summer here at Troy University. My guest today is one of the impact leaders guiding the new students at Troy University, Gus McKenzie. Gus, thanks for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me.
And as I mentioned, we're talking impact. We're talking about the orientation for new students, both freshmen and transfer students that you've got to deal with this summer. But you're a leader. And you've got to kind of guide the students through this process. First off, what attracted you to even want to apply to become a leader for Impact?
Well, I could kind of tell from the very beginning that the Impact leaders were some of the most special people on campus. And I really, with my career path, I really want to make a difference in the lives of college-age people. So to me, this was a no-brainer. You know, it's immediate impact. Get it? While we're here as students, and I want to work in the student services field when I graduate. So this is not only good experience for me for the workforce later, but also just a good time to hang out with my peers and to instill what I know about Troy into the people that are coming. So and
automatically, you're teaching these freshmen about the campus. So in order to do that, you kind of have to learn a little bit about it yourself.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Just by being a student, you don't automatically know everything that goes on. And so you've got to learn it. Tell us kind of about that process and what it took to learn some of these special things about the university. So
even myself, I would consider an incredibly heavily involved student. I didn't know half of the stuff that we had to know. It started off with meetings in this last semester where we just got to know each other and got to know how the group worked. And so on this summer, we've been working with every department on campus, learning how literally each degree flows, and so which classes we have to put each student in, all of the services offered on campus. Any question that could be asked, they've given us the answer to so that we'll be prepared when they're ready to ask us questions.
And of course, and a lot of that too, is just kind of learning about the campus itself and kind of learning the trivia of campus. Is there anything that you may have come across during your education that you didn't know about that you're like, man, how did I not know that?
There is a lot more in the Johnson Center for Student Success, aka Eldridge Hall, than I really anticipated. I knew that you could do some community service in there if you wanted to get involved with that, and there is a writing center, but there's so much more than that. There's career services that helps place people and, help with interview skills and resumes and just literally so much in that one tiny little building on the edge of campus that I didn't know existed.
And so now it may have made you a better student to take advantage of that now too. So now in Impact at the sessions, you get to meet with the students, interact with the students, show them around. And I've heard in the past, and I've known Impact leaders, and I've worked and interviewed them before, that sometimes some special relationships develop between the leaders and the students, and you'll see them around campus, and you'll may wave to them and stuff like that. So you've suddenly become probably one of the most popular people on campus. So, but have you had experience in the past being as Impact and have maybe a lasting relationship with one of your Impact leaders that you went through with?
I have. So I'm a rising junior, so I went through Impact 2 years ago, and my Impact leaders were Patrick and Leah. We were the yellow group at that point in time. But actually, I rushed and joined a fraternity in that fall, and we were getting ready for semi-formal, and I just could not find a date. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know any girls. And so everybody was like, well, who do you know? I was like, well, I know Leah Andrews. She was my Impact leader. And so jokingly, I said that, and then I ended up taking her to Panama City to semi-formal, and we had a great time, and we're still really good friends to this day.
So, no guarantees of any of the kids watching out there that you're going to get a date out of Gus from going to Impact.
Sorry, you won't.
But it does show kind of like the relationship that you build up with some of these students, because ultimately, for a lot of the students coming to Troy, you are the first person that they interact with, and is that a burden, or is it something that you're willing to take on, that you have got to be this person that's opening their eyes to what this campus can offer?
To me, it's just a great opportunity. We'll have a lot of fun together, but I'll get to impart some knowledge. All this past week and a half, going to be 2 weeks of training. They flowed information into us is meant to be flowed back out to them. And so I think that it's just a great opportunity to do that. And so it doesn't really scare me. I'm more excited than anything to finally have students here.
To get the chance to actually kick off the impact sessions and be a part of it, and show these students by the end of the summer what it means to be a Trojan and be a part of this campus. So, and here's hoping that the successful impact this summer, and you'll get those skills to fine tune for your future career, as you pointed out there. So, good luck with impact this summer. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.